I live in Long Island and share an apartment with my best friend Jill. Jill and I have been besties since high school. We finished college together and now work in the same company as well. People often say we are friends for life, and it's almost impossible to separate us. But I never thought someday our friendship would actually save our lives. It was the beginning of the winter season. Jill and I were coming home after a late shift. Light rainfall was going around, making the atmosphere frostier. We had immense work pressure that day, and the last time we ate was lunch hour. Jill and I both were feeling extremely hungry, so we decided to stop by the McDonald store nearby. Also, at that time of night, McDonald's was our only option. We were driving on the empty streets amidst the chilling cold. When we reached the McDonald's outlet, we saw the area was empty. I parked the car near the restaurant and came out. Jill and I were walking to the store when my eyes went to the dumpster at the corner. A guy wearing a McDonald's uniform was standing there and emptying garbage bags. Suddenly, our eyes met and he gave me a very disturbing grin. I turned my face and walked into the restaurant. Needless to say, there were no other customers at this hour. A man was sitting behind the counter, watching something on his phone. Jill and I walked to him to order our food. "Hi, we would like to have 2 cheeseburgers, 2 Egg McMuffins, and a Coke," Jill said. The man looked at us with surprised eyes, as if he wasn't expecting 2 girls at this hour. "Will that be all?" he awkwardly replied. "Yep, that's all," I said. He pointed out to the sitting area and said, "You can sit over there. The food will be ready soon." The guy went inside the kitchen and came back after 5 minutes. We sat down and started to talk. "Hey, did you notice that creepy guy outside?" "Which guy?" "The one near the dumpsters." "I didn't notice anyone. Sorry, I guess I'm just tired." I couldn't agree more, because I was feeling the same way too. 10 minutes went by. The guy behind the counter again got busy on his phone. I was getting impatient because I knew the creepy guy I saw outside was probably the one preparing our food right now. And I was right. Within a few minutes, the same guy came from the kitchen and went to the guy sitting behind the counter. He then whispered something to the counter guy, and they both talked in a low voice. The counter guy then came to us and said, "Ma'am, we have a situation. Looks like we ran out of muffins. Is it possible we can substitute it with some fries?" Jill replied, "Okay, fine, but please make it quick." He thanked us for understanding the situation and went back to the creepy guy. What he did next gave me a huge red flag. The creepy guy smartly walked to the exit door and locked it using a key. He then put up the close sign and went back to the kitchen. "What's going on?" I said to the guy at the counter. He smiled and replied, "Oh, don't worry, ma'am. It only locks from outside. We're done on the supplies for tonight. You guys are our last customer." "But couldn't you have done this locking thing after we left?" "Don't worry, ma'am. Rick and I exit using the back door. That's why we always lock up after the last customer arrives. But as I said, it only locks from outside." Jill and I exchanged looks, and we both were quite freaked out with what just happened. Jill got up and said, We would like to take our food with us. We had a long, tiring day. Can you just pack it and give it to us?" Suddenly, the man at the counter gave us a suspicious look. "Fine. Wait here. I'll go bring your food." As soon as he went inside the kitchen, I rushed to the exit door and tried to open it. My guess was right. The door was locked. "Jill, we're trapped." Suddenly, the lights went off, resulting in pitch black darkness. Our heartbeat got faster because we finally understood these 2 guys had some evil plan going in their minds. We took out our phones and I switched on the flashlight. I turned on my flashlight first, but before I could see the surrounding area, my flashlight fell on a pair of hungry eyes. The creepy dumpster guy was standing close to my face. His foul breath was blowing on my face. I froze in fear. I got so scared with this shock that I even forgot to scream. Jill was busy searching for her phone in her bag. "Max, I can't see a thing. Throw the light at me. Max, what's wrong with..." She didn't finish her sentence because she turned at me and saw me standing face to face with a creepy-looking stranger. She immediately screamed, and the guy behind the counter grabbed her from behind and covered her mouth with his hand. I knew that they were going to take advantage of us in the worst way possible, and no one is coming to save us at this hour. I don't know where I got the courage from. Before the other guy could grab me, I kicked him between his legs hard. He fell on the ground, screaming, "Ah, you bitches! You fucking bitches!" Seeing me fighting back, Jill got charged up as well. She bit the man's hand, and the man cried in pain and let go of her immediately. But we didn't waste a single second. I picked up my phone and screamed, "Jill, the back door!" We ran towards the back door, and luckily found it open. I was in tears. Jill was pale with fear. Somehow, we started the car engines and heard those fucked up men screaming, "These bitches! God damn it!" I will never forget the experience of that night. We informed the cops and reported about those freaks. They're in jail right now, but it still scares me when I think, what if only one of us went to McDonald's that night?